On Monday, I played a 36-hole tournament at the Hertfordshire on the Thomson Tour and finished second, losing out by one shot. This was, really close. Obviously gutted to lose out by one, but ultimately there was a lot of positives to take from the day. And I played some really good golf in tricky, windy conditions, especially in that second round where the wind was blowing up to 30 miles an hour plus, and controlling your ball flight was really key. But then also putting on the greens where you could easily sort of get out of sync with the putts. The wind was blowing you all over the place, so that was a real factor to deal with. But today, looking at my Upgame stats, I want to take you through what I need to work on going forward, and using those stats has been really insightful to see what I need to do. And from that day, I missed 3 short putts, and ultimately if I hole at least 2 of those, I would have won the tournament. So we're going to get out onto the putting green. I'm going to take you through a skill test that I need to work on to help with my short putting, and hopefully you can pick up something from this as well. Just a quick reminder, if you are interested in using the Upgame stats, I have a discount code of 10% off, and I'll put everything in the description below. Feel free to check it out, use Upgame, get yourself on there, start using the stats. It's a great way to see what you need to work on. You can also plan your round, playing at any golf course in the world, and I love using this app. It's been great for me to do this feature as well. So let's get into this putting drill, and I'll see you on the putting green now. So this is a pretty simple game. We've got 3-foot tees, 4 putts around a hole. I'm basically just going to see what score I can get holing out these, and then I'm going to move back to 4 feet and then 5 feet, and I'm going to repeat that through twice and see what score I get at the end. So it's a really good one just to kind of test your patience, also testing your obviously your skill of holding out on these short putts. And actually, once you start getting into the higher scores, it can really start to cement your confidence to help you take that onto the golf course. So I'm going to go through this today, and I'm just going to run through this once with you and see what score we can get. So ultimately we've got 12 putts, 4 from 3 feet, 4 from 4 feet, and 4 from 5 feet. So really it's just a case of going through your process, making sure you're committed to the lines, trusting your stroke. It's something that I've been really kind of big on in my putting recently, which has helped my overall putting performance. So let's see what we can do on this skill test today. And I will say, when you're doing this game, it's quite good to do it on a hole that has a little bit of slope on, because then it gives you a real variety of putts. So you'll see here, I've got like an uphill left to right, uphill right to left, downhill right to left, and downhill left to right. So they are kind of tricky putts to hole, but it's really good to have these sort of putts to practice, especially if you're faced with this on the golf course. So 1 for 1 there, that's good. A little bit left to right on this one. Okay, 2 for 2. Good start. This is where you just have to really stay kind of present and controlled in what you're doing. Just making sure that the process is really good each time to give you the best chance of executing. It's important as well, you don't sort of switch off on these putts, because sometimes they can get away from you. And especially when greens are starting to get better now here in the UK, as we are approaching summer, you want to make sure that you are hitting consistently good putts. So come on, and last one on the 3 feet, and then we can have a clean sweep on the 3-footers. Okay, that was 4 out of 4 on the 3 feet. So now we can move back to 4. And if you want to make this even harder, you could change hole. But today, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to go back 1 foot. Actually, it's quite mad to see the difference between just a 3-foot and a 4-foot putt. It does actually look considerably longer. And now it's, you know, really a case of matching everything perfectly. So onto the 4 feet. Okay, 4-footer now. Up the hill, a little bit left to right. This one is just outside the left edge. Just got to make sure that we have good speed on this. Okay, that's good. And as I say, that, you know, having these kind of variety of putts as well, is you can start to identify any trends that happen here to the golf course. So if you are faced with, you know, downhill left to right on the golf course and you miss it, or you miss a bunch of those, you know that that's potentially a weakness putt for you. So that's a good one to practice and start to really identify those patterns. Right, come on then. Let's keep this 100% all the way through. Oh no. Try to keep the speed on it and kept it out. Missed it on the high side. Okay, that's the first miss there. That's annoying. That actually makes sense because I did miss one of those yesterday. That actually makes sense because I did miss one of those in the tournament, and perhaps that's a part that I just need to just practice a little bit more on going forward. Okay, nice. Right, this to make it 3 out of 4 on the 4 feet. Oh wow, another one. No way. Ah, damn. 2 out of 4 there. 2 pretty harsh lip outs. Okay, so left to right downhill, right to left uphill. 2 markers there to really make a note of. And again, I can say that corresponds to the tournament round that I played because they were the 2 putts that I did miss in the tournament. So this is definitely a really good thing to pinpoint and really start to kind of iron this out before it becomes an issue further down the line. So I know that I need to practice those 2 putts, for example, 4 feet, uphill right to left and downhill left to right, because I need to iron that out. So, okay, let's get on to the 5 feet and then see if we can score 100% on there. 5 feet then. Let's see if we can get 4 out of 4 here. Be really nice. Uphill left to right. Again, just outside the left. Just got to get speed on this. Uphill. Positive stroke. Oh wow, another lip out there. Maybe this hole. I think this edge is quite sharp, but damn, that's 3 putts missed. So we know the short putting hole outs we need to tidy up on here. But this is the whole point of this. You know, you got to go through this to really start to iron this out before it, as I say, before it becomes a further issue down the line. So I'd rather work on this now before it, as I say, before it materializes into something bigger. So, but we just got to keep doing the process. Another one that's just stayed out. Thought I hit a good putt there. 0 for 2 on the 5 feet. 4 total missed. That's not what we want here. Ideally, we should be getting to at least 10, 11 out of 12 hold. Okay, that's a good one there. Come on then, let's hold this to finish off. A couple of sneaky ones though that have really just hit the lip. You know, it's not far out, but it's just enough, isn't it? That it doesn't go in. That's the harsh reality of golf. Okay, I thought that was going to lip out as well. 2 out of 5 on the 5 feet, 2 out of 4 on the 4 feet. So we know that was 8 out of 12 total that we made, 4 missed. And they were all pretty much the same putts that I missed. So we know that there's a pattern there that I need to address. And I think this is a great one for you to do in your game, because you start to identify these patterns and you start working on them straight away, you're going to improve that, and it's going to help your scores lower on the golf course. So I think this is a really important thing to really start to pinpoint what is going on in your game. And this is a really, really good way for me to analyze what I'm doing and work things out going forward, because without that sort of data, using that from the stats, you know, I'm just going by how I feel I played. And obviously, you know, there was moments in the tournament where I did hold some really good putts, but ultimately those 3 short putts that I missed cost me the tournament, and I lost by 1 shot. So even if I make 2 of those, I win by 1. So these are the margins really that I have to be sort of working on, because that's how we're going to make those small little improvements going forward. And that can be the difference, as I say, to finishing second or winning. So hope that helps you in your game. It's it's a really good thing for me, a great structure to work on things. And if this is something that you really want to work on further, you can join the RHG community, where you get all the insights and the practice drills to work on your game based off what I do. So we can work together. You get all the insights into what I'm doing in my journey as well, the stats breakdowns, how I'm preparing for tournaments, and a whole load more. So if that's something that you're interested in, head to my website. I'll drop it in the description below, and I hope to see you all in the very next video.